Hello, flower lovers. This video is perfect for anyone with a short and cool summer but still wants to surround themselves with blooming plants both indoors and on the balcony or patio. I recommend paying attention to these long-blooming plants that thrive even in poor summer weather, with a lack of sun and warmth. Today, I'm excited to showcase my top 10 favorite blooming plants, and I'll share some quick care tips for each of these beauties. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more gardening tips and plant showcases. First up, we have the Calla lily frozen queen. This spectacular variety features silvery white, translucent leaves with irregular white brushstrokes. Its upright, trumpet-shaped flowers bloom in summer with a gorgeous pop of deep pink. My Calla lily frozen queen has been with me for at least 5 years, growing new tubers each season. In spring, I start sprouting the tubers and then move them outdoors in a pot in the shade by May. During winter, I bring the pot into the basement until spring. This process allows the plant to thrive and continue blooming beautifully year after year. Pansies are a cheerful addition to any garden with their colorful faces. I purchased them in April in 9 cm diameter pots and plant 3 together in one larger pot. This way, they create a fuller, more impressive display. After the flowers bloom, I pinch them off to prevent seed formation, which encourages more blooms and keeps the plants looking their best. I keep my pansies at the entrance to my house, which faces north. Although this plant is considered a spring flower, in the shade and coolness of the German summer, they continue to delight even in June. While I pinch off the spent flowers of my pansies, I enjoy their floral fragrance, which has turned this into a daily habit for me or something I do every time I come home. This simple routine not only keeps my pansies looking vibrant and healthy, but it also gives me a moment of relaxation and enjoyment. The Spathiphyllum Domino or peace lily is a unique plant with striking variegated leaves and white blooms. It thrives in medium light and needs well-draining soil. Water it when the top inch of soil feels dry. The flowers of Spathiphyllum bloom for a long time and have a pleasant fragrance, especially in the evening. I love this plant so much that I keep indoors several varieties, which I've shown in my previous videos. I have a few different varieties from the vast number that exist: compact bush petunias, cascading double-flowered petunias, and more. All of them bloom beautifully throughout the summer on my balcony, right up until the first frosts. Petunias can be purchased at garden centers from February through July. I bought a young plant with its first flowers for around €3. Even though they are annuals, they gifted me a summer filled with endless delicate blooms. One challenge I faced was keeping the center of the petunia lush. The stems became bare over time. It's better to plant them in groups or add another plant to the pot to cover the bare center for a fuller look. Petunias aren't suitable for growing indoors. They thrive in warm weather, love plenty of sunlight, and need regular watering along with fertilizer. If you're growing them, make sure to give them the right conditions, and you'll be rewarded with stunning blooms. Next, I want to share my experience with Impatiens New Guinea. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to create the perfect conditions for it to bloom continuously until fall. This plant is very sensitive to cool nights, and in the middle of summer, it got attacked by what I think was a fungus. The plant became deformed and eventually dropped its leaves and buds. By the time I realized what was happening and treated it with a fungicide, it started to recover, but I never got to see it bloom again. I'm not sure if I'll buy it again next spring, probably yes, but I'm still undecided. Its large, neon-colored flowers leave a lasting impression, but it's quite tricky to care for. Next, I want to talk about Nemesia, a plant that has truly surprised me. It's known by such beautiful common names. Here in Germany, it's called Elfenspiegel, Elf's Mirror, while in America, it's known as Cape Jewels. This charming plant is not only visually appealing but also has a whimsical connection to these lovely names. Its delicate flowers and vibrant colors make it a great addition to any garden or balcony. Take a look at this Nemesia fruticans plant in its pot at the beginning of summer. And now here it is in October. It didn't take any breaks from blooming. I will definitely be buying it again next season in different colors. As for care, all I did was water it regularly. When I repotted it from the original container into a larger planter, I added some fertilizer to the soil, but that's it. It's such an easy and rewarding plant to grow, with vibrant flowers that last all season long. Unlike Impatiens New Guinea, which struggles in cool or rainy weather, Impatiens Double Pink actually thrives in Rainier conditions. It's perfect for those who live in climates where summer showers are common. In terms of care, it's fairly simple. Just water regularly, and it will reward you with beautiful double pink blooms. You can even try to overwinter this plant indoors, although it's a bit tricky. It won't bloom during the winter months, and you'll likely need to deal with pests like spider mites or red mites, which can attack the plant when it's inside. It requires some patience, but it's possible. In this video, you can see how the plant looked as a young specimen at the beginning of summer, and now it's in full bloom at the start of autumn. I've decided to try overwintering it this year and see how it goes. I'll keep you updated on how it performs through the colder months. Next is the Phalaenopsis New York, a spectacular hybrid known for its particularly large flowers, measuring up to 12 centimeters. This stunning variety was obtained by crossing Phalaenopsis fuller's maiden and Phalaenopsis lucia lip, and it was registered in 2009 by Young Home Orchids. My plant is potted in coir inside a transparent pot with a 12 centimeters diameter, which allows me to monitor the root health easily. It has been blooming beautifully for the past 2 months, showcasing its vibrant colors and elegant form. For optimal growth, place your Phalaenopsis New York in a spot with bright, indirect light. I also have a young Phalaenopsis Sogo, a starter plant with its first bloom. Right now, it's still in moss in a 7 centimeters pot, as I received it from the seller. Once the blooming period is over, I'll replant it in coir, like the rest of my orchids. Water the plant once a week, making sure to let the water drain completely to avoid root rot. You can use a balanced orchid fertilizer every other week during the growing season to promote healthy blooms. Remember to repot your orchid every 2 years to refresh the growing medium and prevent root crowding. Next, Paphiopedilum Pinoccio is truly a phenomenal plant, with its unique slipper-shaped flowers available in 2 stunning varieties, one in purple and the other in white. Also known as the Venus slipper, this orchid keeps producing new blooms along the stem, which makes it stand out compared to the more short-lived Paphies. Be sure not to cut the stem until it dries up, as it will continue to bloom. With a semi-shaded spot in a well-draining, loose substrate, this orchid can grow up to 40 centimeters tall and 20 centimeters wide. I'm excited to share some care tips and insights about Aglaonema Red Elephant, a striking variety of Aglaonema known for its vibrant, colorful leaves. Its large, glossy green leaves with bright red veins and edges make it an eye-catching plant for any indoor space. But did you know this plant also produces flowers? While the foliage is the main attraction, Aglaonema Red Elephant can produce delicate blooms. These flowers are typically small and subtle, appearing as pale green to white spathes similar to peace lily blooms. They're not very showy, but they add a charming touch to the plant when they appear, usually during the warmer months. Here are some care tips to help encourage both healthy foliage and flowers. Light. While this plant can thrive in lower light conditions, giving it more bright, indirect light can encourage flowering. To promote flowering, you can use a balanced liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks during spring and summer. This will give the plant the nutrients it needs to produce both beautiful leaves and occasional flowers. Next, I want to introduce you to Anthurium sherzerianum, a striking and unique plant that stands out with its curly, spiral-shaped orange-red spadix and vibrant red spathes. Unlike the more commonly known Anthurium andrianum with its heart-shaped flowers, Anthurium sherzerianum has a more whimsical, artistic look. This plant is a real eye-catcher and does well as a houseplant if given the right care. So, I've just shown you my 10 favorite flowering plants, all placed together on this stand just for this video. After admiring them all in one place, I'll be returning each one to its original spot. Some will go to the balcony, others to the garden, and a few to the windowsill inside the house. It's wonderful that we have flowers to suit every taste and condition, whether they thrive outdoors or indoors. There's always a plant that can bring beauty to any space, no matter the environment. I hope you enjoyed seeing them all together as much as I did. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more plant showcases and gardening tips. Happy gardening, and see you in the next video.